Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War procasts this side of East Yorkshire, and today we have a 1 versus 1 on Outer Reaches. Over in the Chaos corner we've got oGs Mouse, and over in the Necron corner we have got Itness. Itness will be recruiting some Necron warriors as well as building up a couple of plasma generators and a summoning core, whereas the Chaos player is going to go for double cultist, extra heretic, Chaos temple and plasma generator. So I'm very keen to see how these players go up against each other. Both oGs Mouse and Itness are well known in the Dawn of War Pro community for being excellent players, so we'll have to see how they square off against each other in this 1v1 game. Itness, being known for getting his summoning core online quite early, usually likes to get his wraiths out as well as some flayed ones as usual. There we go, he's going to go for some flayed ones straight off the bat. But Chaos, in this game, aren't very shy of getting down and dirty in close combat. Chaos Lord is on his way out. Chaos Armory also going for it. So we'll have to see how this how the Necrons fare. We have seen them go up against Orcs before. We have seen them go up against other factions before. I don't think we've seen them in a Chaos game yet on this channel at the very least. So questions will be answered. Scores will be settled. Necrons just moving down into the middle of the map. Cultists just going about capturing their nearest and dearest. Chaos Lord out on the field. We're going to go for some Raptors as well, so very, very close combat orientated build from the Chaos player so far. Wraiths now out on the field. Going for some flayed ones as well. Chaos Lord will see these Necron warriors and go straight in for a good slapping. One slice of the power sword. Managing to, I mean, look at that, just a wombo combo, 3 hits, manages to slay one Necron warrior where he stands. Not long to get up after a beating like that. Chaos Lord also cutting through these wraiths quite quickly. Although with the combined arms of the Ghost Flayers of the Necron warriors and the slicing talons of the wraiths, Chaos Lord is also not going to stand up very well. Will chase after these wraiths, firing after them. These wraiths are not going to stay in close combat. They will go for some heretic and cultist hunting, no doubt. Raptors are moving into the Necron base, are going to be decapping this strategic point over here. Going to be used as a nuisance unit, no doubt. Heretic just wanting to be left alone to dance, but will not be by these wraiths. Well, these wraiths are going to stay a little bit too long in close combat with this Chaos Lord. And both wraiths do manage to get taken down. It's very unfortunate for Itness. Scarabs trying to build up a Necron slag volcano. Necrons will teleport back to the base. Or not, sorry, not to the base, but to this obelisk over here. Raptors just going around decapping anything and everything. So I would say, yeah, a very good engage from the Chaos perspective so far. Managed to take out one whole squad of wraiths. Necron warriors coming back for second helpings. Well, these Raptors still on the hunt for more strategic points. Flayed ones have now deep strucken in, if that's the correct terminology. Necron warriors not having the best of times against this Chaos Lord. Not sure if close combat is what you want to get involved in when this bad boy is out on the field, but he is quite low on health at the moment. Might have overstayed his welcome. Although, there we go, we've got some Khorne Berserkers out on the wings as well. It's an ideal thing to attach this Chaos Lord to. These flayed ones, they do more DPS in close combat than the Khorne Berserkers do, however. So I'm not sure who in a straight up 1v1 would win, but we will have a little look-see. Khorne Berserkers charging in. Trying to get to these Necron warriors around the back. Won't be able to get them there. Been pushed away by these flayed ones. Chaos Lord going to see if he can flank around the side. Will get caught by these flayed ones there and will be pushed back himself. We do have some attack scarabs on the field as well, which will add to the woes and worries of the Chaos Lord. While this is going on, we do have some cultists being attacked by these wraiths. The cultists have managed to take over the top side of the map for the Chaos Legions. Khorne Berserkers not quite sure which side of the mountain they will be coming. Attack Scarabs deciding to peel themselves away and see what they can do in the bases. Chaos Lord now joining the ranks of the Khorne Berserkers. Will do some Chaos Mischief. Does make them go into Berserk mode. Will increase their overall damage capabilities. I think will also throw down a Chaos Icon, which increases their general health regeneration and whatnot. Also think it has a morale bonus as well. Will push the whole bunch of them back as well, I do believe. Blade Ones and Necron Warriors both surviving, but with very low numbers. Wraiths deciding to not go after these cultists after they've gone invisible, by the looks of things. Heretic, once again, in a world of trouble by these Wraiths. Attack Scavs going to be taken down as listing post by the looks of things. Oh, not quite. The Khorne Berserkers just managed to take out those attack scabs just before they were able to take down that listing post. Cultists, once again, back over here. Attack scabs will... Not attack scabs, sorry, the builder scabs will burrow underground, keeping them nice and safe for the moment. 95 and 30 to 30% and 92. The Necron economy is on the go. We do have a Necron Lord now out on the field. Wraith Flight upgrades being added to the Wraiths. And the Chaos Player is now pushing into the base. Khorne Berserkers with their chain axes are whirling. Wraiths now have... Oh, there's two units of Wraiths at the moment. It looked like there was one unit of 3 then for a second. Which is not available to them until they get to tier 2. Although they have gone to tier 2, so never mind me. Necron Lord, got to be zoning these guys away. This is a lot of mischief for the Khorne Berserkers to be dealing with at present. But they will turn around and go for a punt. We'll see what kind of mischief they can get involved in. Wraiths crumbling from the DPS that the Khorne Berserkers can bring to bear. Necron Warriors stutter stepping into close combat by the looks of things just then. Khorne Berserkers don't want to stay in combat for too long though. They have managed to take out quite a lot of Wraiths, but don't want to overstay their welcome. Cultists having a little bit of a back and forth with these Builder Scarabs while trying to capture a strategic point. We do have some possessed squads coming in from the Chaos Temple. Sacrificial Circle also online for the Chaos player. So tier 2 has been achieved by both players by the looks of things. Khorne Berserkers continuously being chased around by this Necron Lord. They do not want to keep these guys around their obelisks. They will chunk through them very, very quickly. And it's the ultimate battle between Builder Scarab and Cultist in this game of Necrons versus Chaos. Can't quite get a foothold on some of these strategic points.
4 minutes.
Necron Lord chasing away these Cultists, managing to get one deaded. Chaos player having the critical locations countdown victory on the go. Builder Scarabs trying to find succor and safety underneath the ground, but the Chaos Lord will spot them. Managing to take one down. Looks like that they will take down the whole squad as well. More attack Scarabs on the way. Not to be sniffed at, those attack Scarabs. They are able to chunk their way through building armour quite swiftly. Khorne Berserkers will attempt to save this listing post over here. 8 Necron Warriors slapping away with their Gorse Flayers. Will get it down there and will quickly teleport all the way back home. That's what let's see. No overcommitment. They get in, do what they need to do, and then run back home.
3 minutes.
I've also got their disruption field upgrade there as well. Plasma generator being tucked away in this little cubby hole over here. Necron Lord going for his skinning blades and Necron tier sigils. Just give him an overall DPS buff. Blade One's now coming around the side. Possessed squad on the field. So very close combat orientated build from both players, to be honest. Icon Bearer getting a bit lost in the middle of all these Necrons. Not sure if this was planned. Bit of a misclick there. Icon bearer does go down quite swiftly. Cultists now decapping this critical location over yonder. Chaos Sorcerer on the field. Attack Scout's been chased around by these, well, by this whole host of Chaos. Do have a second Desecrate Stronghold being built up on the northern side of the map. And here we go, big engagement going down. Chaos player a bit caught out. Can't exactly retreat back to safety of the base. None of these listening posts have been upgraded, so no additional shooting bits to help them with their defensive capabilities. Flayed Ones, Attack Scouts, and Wraiths holding the front line. Chaos Sorcerer moving around the backside. Will engage in, by looks of things, close combat, but then deciding against it. Listening post looks like it will go down. Desecrated Standard being built up will help keep these Chaos Boys alive and healthy for a little bit longer. Chaos Sorcerer occupying the attention of these Necron warriors. One Wraith squad does teleport back home. Blade Ones holding firm. Possessed squad losing their morale. And Flayed Ones also losing their morale as well. Will decide to teleport back home. Chaos Rhino on the field. Will move in for support purposes. Wraiths have had their morale broken. And the Necron warriors have also been shaken by the forces of Chaos here. Chaos Sorcerer managing to get a chains ability on them. Will slow them down quite considerably. And they're not going to retreat back for whatever reason. They are just going to be... Or have they retreated back? Was that just a delayed... No, never mind. They were absolutely wiped out. Just it's unusual. When Necrons have their morale broken, they are able to teleport back home for free. So I wonder whether that was just to delay the Chaos counter-attack for some reason. Chaos Rhino moving in with his Flamer. Will spot this Necron Lord and fire away at him. Wraiths, Deceiver, Immortals as well, and more Flayed Ones coming out. Some fake Wraiths being sent out by the Deceiver will be used to absorb some of the DPS brought in by the Possessed and the Khorne Berserkers. These Wraiths, quite like it that they're going in just after the fake Wraiths are going in, so they will make sure that they don't take the full weight of damage. Essence of the Deceiver joining in, firing from a distance. And these Wraiths are holding their own. Necron tier pylon adding to their health regen. Blade One's now moving around the side. The Necron Lord has gone down, giving a big debuff to all the Necron forces nearby. Morale has been broken on these Wraiths. Although by the looks of things, the Khorne Berserker... Are the Khorne Berserkers still alive? Does not look like the Khorne Berserkers still alive. In fact, the Chaos Lord has also gone down at some point as well. Unless they are in the... Oh no, never mind, they are in the Chaos Rhino, being deposited away from the damage of the Wraiths to focus maybe on these obelisks as well. Blade One's very, very good in close combat, but they are quite slow for what they're worth. But they are easily kited when a Chaos Rhino is out on the field. 127 and 59. The economy compared to the 102 and 20% for the Necrons. Another Desecrated Standard being popped down. Immortals got to fire away. And as we learned from our last game, the Immortals, when we last saw Necrons versus Orcs, although the Immortals are primarily good against vehicles, they also don't do a bad amount of damage against heavy infantry. They did a lot of damage against the Nob squads in the Orc game that we previously saw, so... Not a bad shot all around. Wraiths being caught by the Chaos Sorcerer in his wicked chains will get a squad wipe on those guys. What's going on the Necron base at the moment? We are going to see another Necron Lord being built up. Seeing some Flayed Ones in here, no doubt. Obelisks being built. Deceiver, or at least the essence of him, standing firm. Some cultists now being equipped with some plasma guns. Do quite like how they're still being used even in this late stage of the game. They'll have something to offer in a chaos composition. Yeah, if they invest in in Chaos Warriors, and they get tied up by the flayed ones and the wraiths. It is quite an expensive unit to have tied up, but these cultists with a couple of plasma guns, they are able to add a fair bit of DPS while not being too much of a problem if they do get tied up. Attack Scarabs, just doing a little bit of scouting, a little bit of reconnoitering. We'll move into the base, see that there is a second plasma generator being built up. Won't see this plasma farm over yonder. I mean, good lord, this is a good spread. Do quite like how the plasma generators are spread out there. Does mean that if the Chaos player is put out of position and the Necron player does start attacking one of the power farms, they won't lose all their plasma generators in one go. But it does seem that the Chaos player does have the advantage, at least in map control. Blade ones having been upgraded to tier 2, I do believe. As you can tell by the orange icon above their heads. We'll decide to go in for a little bit of a fighting situation. We'll just move past this Chaos Rhino, see if they can beat up these cultists. Immortals almost getting that Chaos Rhino, but not quite. Close but no cigar, as some would say. Essence of the Deceiver. Throwing green bits and bobs everywhere. Another standard being popped down. Cultist losing their morale. Fake Necron Lord being taken down. Did occupy a lot of the cultist attention. Possessed losing a couple of their number. Khorne Berserkers also losing a couple, but not enough to make them weak. Blade ones are immortal when they start first coming out of the floor. It does give the Chaos player enough time to focus fire. Do have some more flayed ones being teleported in, but these aren't real. It will force these cultists to be pushed back, especially by this Necron Lord. Rhino does go down. We do have some paint being popped down by the Chaos Sorcerer. General debuff, considering all things considered. Demon Prince being summoned in the midst of that engagement, which is quite a serious thing for the Necrons to deal with. This guy does not mess around in combat in the slightest. We'll see this Necron tier pylon being popped up and decide to strike that down before anything happens. Chaos Lord, sorry, not Chaos Lord, a Chaos Sorcerer being taken down, I think. Yeah, Chaos Sorcerer has been taken down, looks like by the Necron Lord or something, or the Essence of the Deceiver. Not sure where he died, but somewhere in this melee, no doubt. Possessed Squad, also about to be taken out by this Necron Lord. A little bit too much of a focus going on this Demon Prince, kind of losing the micro of his other units a little bit. Demon Prince now being assailed by these pariahs. Pariahs they're very effective against demons, so these are the ideal units to be built up against this Demon Prince. And the Demon Prince is already, I mean, look how quickly the damage is being done to him when these pariahs are in close combat with him. So the Demon Prince will have to go back home at some point if he wants to live for even just a sliver longer. We'll be focusing on these Immortals. Far as the very quick unit, well, quick for Necron standards anyway, will fall back, but these pariahs do have teleporting capabilities. Will be on the hunt for him. Cultists trying to capture this critical location down here. We do have some obliterate squads on the move. Cultists also capturing the critical location up here. Demon Prince has managed to survive. Quite a quick health regen, so he just needs to stay out of combat for a little bit to get healthier once again. And it's all kicking off, boys and girls. I think both players are doing a remarkable job. They are doing exactly what they need to. Necron's going for some anti-demon bits and bobs. Chaos going for their big hitting units. Can't really fault either player for their unit composition at the moment. Lots of cultists and possessed squads on the front lines, keeping these obliterators free to just open fire and absolutely annihilate anything and everything within their path. Do have a Necron tier pylon being popped down over here. Will reduce the line of sight of these obliterators. Necron Lord also teleporting around the backside, and a bloody hell, a Essence of the Nightbringer being brought to bear to these obliterators. Seen some lots of late game units in this game. Chaos Sorcerer is back online. Will engage with these immortals. Chaos Demon Prince being taken down by the essence of the Nightbringer, which is quite the boon for the Necron player. But while that is going on, the Flayed Ones and the Wraiths do seem to have been taking a bit of a beating from these cultists and the Possessed Marines. Pariahs as well also being not quite annihilated. Where have they gone? They're still there, being slowed down. In fact, there's 2 units of Pariahs now. So any demon-centric army, maybe not what the Chaos player wants at this present moment in time. Necron Lord managing to take down a Listening Post. Will probably want to go home at some point. Though I'm not sure if he's got any jumping juice left in him. Will just be taken down, sadly. 102 and 80 compared to 35% and 125. So yeah, it's very much any player's game at the moment. Double Pariahs, Wraiths. Although, actually, was that second squad of Pariahs just a fake one from the Necron point of view? Ah, this happens every single game. I get confused by the essence of the Deceiver. I am but a mere mortal, though. This does happen to us all. Fake Pariahs moving in, going to buy the Necron player some time. Tomb Spider out on the field. Will be picking up the dead and dying, seeing if he can build up any more Necrons. Tainted Land being popped down here will do general damage over time, as well as being just a bad time for the Necrons in that place. And I'm wondering if the Chaos player's got a bit of an advantage at the moment. He has got the front line in the form of some cultists and possessed squads. He has got a significant back line in the form of obliterators. We do have a Lord Destroyer out on the field. No vehicles for him to possess. He is no mean boy in close combat. Will be able to jump over and engage these obliterators. Tomb Spider as well. If those obliterators can be taken out of commission, at least for a little while, will give the Tomb Spider plenty of opportunity to bash away on those front lines. Will be collecting more lads for the Soul Furnace. Anything else being built up? We do have a Demon Prince being recruited. Fake Pariahs chasing away these obliterators. Necron Lord, or Lord Destroyer, sorry. There's too many Lords in this game. Going to hover around and engage with these cultists. Pariah's going to slice away at this Tier 2 Listening Post. Necron Tier Pylon adding to the general aesthetic of the engagement. Tomb Spider also wanting a piece of that action. Well, these guys not turning around to focus on these cultists. Possessed Squad moving around the side of the flanking manoeuvre. These Pariahs will have to turn around and engage these guys. Essence of the Deceiver does teleport away. Pariahs, or at least a fake squad of Pariahs has been summoned. Chaos Sorcerer being summoned, teleporting in the middle. We do have double Flayed Ones as well. Going to be tying up as much of the battlefield as humanly possible. Necron Lord going to chase after this Sorcerer. Demon Prince now out on the field, but will be engaging sheepishly from afar with his ranged weapon. Chaos Dreadnought as well out on the field. Will be firing away with its, by looks things like a heavy melter. Well, Lord Destroyer now has an opportunity to go up against, although mind you, he's not considered as a vehicle, is he? He's considered as a monster. So I'm not entirely sure if the Lord Destroyer will be able to possess that thing. Essence of the Deceiver out once again. Will focus on this Demon Prince. Demon Prince stuck a little bit, surrounded by these Necrons. And Demon Prince once again not... Oh dear, this is not great for him. Although it doesn't seem like the Essence of the Deceiver can get too close to him himself. Demon Prince letting out a roar. And the Necrons do fall back ever so slightly. Pariahs, real ones this time, in a little bit of danger. Only 2 left in their number. Are on auto-replenish, but they're not the quickest of reinforcing units. And one thing to bear in mind as well, that in Dawn of War Pro, if you are in combat, your reinforcement rate is reduced slightly. Chaos Dreadnought teleporting, by the looks of things. Did not know that a Chaos Dreadnought was able to teleport, but we are learning things here, boys and girls. Necrons now on the offensive in the Chaos side of the map. Demon Prince very, very low on health. Horror Squads in the mix as well. Another push. Necrotia Pylon being popped down. Blade Ones wanting to get close and personal with anything and everything. These cultists, only 3 left in the squad in particular. Demon Prince moving around the side, aided by his possessed and dreadnoughts. Pariahs hunting down this Demon Prince, looking for anything of the warp variety to destroy. Cultists using their infiltration to keep themselves safe and secure. Does seem like that the Demon Prince has been taken down somewhere. I got killed by the Lord Destroyer from down here. Heavy Destroyer, going to be helping with the building bashing. We'll be taking down this second desecrated stronghold. John Cena beam comes down, although there's not that much in the way of ranged weaponry for them to have be taken offline. Possessed and cultist falling back. It does look like the Necrons have a significant advantage at this late stage of the game. Anything else that the Chaos player can bring to bear, they are bringing some obliterators. But is it too little too late at the moment? Chaos Sorcerer throwing down the pink missiles will force the Immortals to teleport back home. Pariahs engaging close combat. All morale has been shattered on the Chaos side. Essence of the Deceiver lording it over the battlefield. Oh well, if that isn't a game ender, I don't know what is. Stone Monolith on the field, slowly but surely sneaking up, flanking. I mean, it's not every day you get flanked by a Necron Monolith, is it? But oh, there we go. Very exciting game from both players. Lots and lots of high-end units, lots and lots of really good plays, unit compositions, all that stuff. Anyway, my name's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure always, never short, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.